It is Whiteboard Wednesday once again, and I have a really exciting series actually that I'm kicking off, which as you can see is called How to Manage Salespeople, and it's a topic obviously near and dear to my heart, but also one that I don't think a lot of folks write about, a lot of folks talk about, or at least talk about in a way that is specific, right? That can be used, implemented, etc. There's a lot of management theory, very little management practice knowledge. So this is really the intro video. We're going to talk about several concepts. We're going to talk about what are my personal, I refer to them as immutable rules of sales management, of managing salespeople. And we're going to talk about how do you drive accountability in your sales team. And then finally, we're going to talk about how do you have a management conversation. How do you really sit down and have a conversation that's supposed to manage somebody? And that's, frankly, something that I don't think a lot of individuals get any real training on. The old joke goes, how do you get to be a sales manager, or who gets to be the sales manager? And typically, it's the person that has excelled in sales, and one day the leadership comes over and says, "Hey, we fired the last guy. Guess what? You're up. No additional training, no additional compensation, certainly, and guess where the accountability is going to lie." So I find that very interesting. So hopefully this will be helpful for everybody. I wanted to start though just by talking about what I think of as the three legs of the stool, right? Because sales management is not just about whether you know how to manage salespeople, whether you're trained on it or not, but sales management is really comprised of three components. Hope you like my stool here. I never professed to be a great artist, but when we talk about success, what creates success in sales management, there are three components. One of them, not surprisingly, is personal motivation, right? And I don't mean motivation of the sales manager, I mean of the team that they're driving. If your team is motivated, if your folks are self-driven, right? If perhaps the comp plan helps you out, and that drives behavior, or if that's set up correctly, then management is going to be easier, right? Because you have individuals who are motivated to perform. Second leg of the stool is the organizational motivation. To what degree does the culture, there we go, that looks better. Spelling and art, not my strong suits. To what degree does the culture drive success and make management easier? Work with a lot of companies that talk about wanting to have a sales-driven culture, talk about wanting to, focus on being sales in nature, sales-oriented. But when you really look at it, they're constantly distracting, redirecting their individuals, and really not supporting sales. And in some cases, they're actually undermining sales. So you got to ask, to what degree does your company support that? Finally, and not surprisingly, is the last area, and that is really the manager skill, right? To what degree does the individual responsible for managing the team have the tools, have the training, have the experience, right? Knowledge, whatever you want to put it, to drive success. This series is going to focus here, because that's the area where at least I can have the greatest impact, right? I can't motivate your salespeople. I can't make sure that your organization has the right culture and actually lives the value of a sales organization. What I can do is give you some very specific tools and some training and technique and some ways to improve your own ability to manage your people towards the ultimate success. So I hope you'll stick with me and hope you enjoy the series. As always, please feel free to leave comments and suggestions, and we'll get back to those.